The thing is, as long as you keep going, something is going to happen eventually. And it's up to you because you can choose whether it is something that is going to move you forward, closer to your goal, or it's something that is going to move you further away.
So I truly hope that the message I'm sharing inspires and motivates you to improve your life. Now let's get to the point.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of ToDaPoint podcast. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. First I want to say that my voice is probably sounding a little bit different because I am fighting the flu and it feels like I'm breathing through a straw right now, so I do my best. Anyway, I want to start this video off with a question, and that is, do you ever feel like you're behind in life because you have to start over and sometimes it feels like it's from scratch? I've been thinking about this lately because I've experienced this feeling on a regular basis in the past, but the more I think about it, the more I realize that my perspective is starting to change around this topic. The thing is, when something unexpected happens, when you're busy planning your life to move into a certain direction, that unexpected thing can kind of catch you off guard a little bit, and it can make you sometimes feel like you have to start all over. So in this video I want to talk about that specific topic, and so you get a little bit more comfortable with the fact that starting over isn't always a bad thing. So I do believe that the feeling of being behind in life sometimes comes from the way we view how our life is going at the moment. So our current situation is not exactly where we expected it to be, like for example at a certain age. And on the other hand, it sometimes also can come from comparing yourself with the things other people got going on in their lives. So maybe, for example, maybe someone close to you just got their dream job or just got into a relationship while you just experienced a breakup. Or maybe you're just scrolling on social media and you see all these wealthy people living the best lives and you realize that your life is nowhere near that. And I came to the realization that we need to be aware of the fact that we are where we need to be in this moment. We cannot be behind on our own journey, because who are you comparing yourself with on your journey? You are exactly where you need to be and you are experiencing exactly what you need in this moment. And now that doesn't mean that you get lazy and you do nothing and you just live a life with no direction. No, because having a direction lets you know that you are moving in the direction you want to achieve a certain goal you have in mind. With content creation, for example, I'm gonna use myself as an example. Years ago I wanted to start a channel and I didn't. Apparently I was not ready yet. I wasn't brave enough to start yet, and that's what I needed in that time, right? And I can sit here and mope about it, but I do realize that right now I can use that experience I had to create content about it, to motivate and inspire you to not take too long to start your own channel, right? If I didn't experience that delaying and that procrastinating, I wouldn't have that content right now that I'm sharing with you. So make peace with the fact that everything you're experiencing, everything you're going through is exactly what you need in this moment. Again, it doesn't mean that your current situation is always going to stay that way unless you decide that it's going to stay that way. But it's all a journey. It's a process of learning, and you can take this further in life and use it perhaps to help someone else. And like I said before, with the content creation, I can look at my current situation and think, you know what? I could have been way further ahead if I started earlier, and yeah, that's true. But that doesn't mean that I'm failing. It just means that I just took like a detour and now here I am. I still started. I didn't give up, because the only way you're failing is when you give up and you quit. The thing is, as long as you keep going, something is going to happen eventually. And it's up to you because you can choose whether it is something that is going to move you forward, closer to your goal, or it's something that is going to move you further away. The thing is that sometimes starting over is freedom. Let's say, for example, you just ended a toxic relationship, or maybe you got let go from your job. Even though you're hurting right now, frustrated, angry, or whatever other negative emotion, be happy that you got a chance to change the trajectory of your life. Can you imagine staying a second longer in that situation, whatever it is? I'm not only talking about relationships here, but friendships, like I said, a job, whatever. Can you imagine staying 1 second longer, 1 month longer, a year longer, and wasting all that time that you will never get back? But no, you got a chance. You got a chance to break free, to start a new chapter. The only way you can look at a situation that way is that when you change the way you look at the situation, the meaning changes, right? I remember about, let's say, 6 years ago, I was in a bad relationship. Usually when you break up, it's gonna hurt. Not to say that I wasn't hurt back then, even though I broke it off. But I was happy that I was free from that relationship, because it was not good for me, right? But in a different situation, it might have been that I wasn't that happy because I was so crazy about that person and I didn't want it to end, right? And why I'm sharing this with you is to let you see that it's all a matter of perspective. So if you change the way you look at the situation changes. It's the same with a job. If you got let go from your job, you can sit in a corner and cry for months, years, and end up in poverty, for example. Or you can say, you know what, that person let me go, that job let me go. I'm gonna use this opportunity, the time that I have, to build my own business. Or you might end up in a totally different career. As long as you change the meaning of what is happening to you, you can get so much power from a seemingly bad situation. So if you know that it's time to leave your hometown to start something new, to start a new career, or maybe you have to leave your job that you've been dreading for the past 12 months, 12 years, I don't know, just do it. You will never start from scratch. And you know why? People think that when they start over with something, that all the experiences they've had in the past is gone. Make that make sense, right? You need to see the experiences you've had in the past in different situations, like things that are being put in a backpack, and you will always carry that backpack with you, right? So it doesn't mean if you start a new career, a new job, a new relationship, or you move to another place, those experiences from the past, you're taking them with you. So you're never starting over like literally from scratch. It might feel that way. So you're taking the experience you've had in the past and you're bringing it into the new situation. And if you learn from those experiences, you know what to do and what not to do the next time, right? When you're in a different situation. And the good thing about experiences is that nobody can take that away from you. And lastly, I want to say that feeling behind in life is showing you that you know that you are capable of more and that you are deserving of more. On top of that, it also teaches you what is important. And sometimes it shows you the places, the areas in life where you need to step up a little bit. So for example, you want to buy a house, but are your finances in order? Are your finances stable? Did you contact your financial advisor? Did you contact the bank? Are you saving? Do you have an overview of how your financial situation looks like? If not, then you have some work to do in that area. Or another thing is relationships. You want to meet a certain person, you want to get married, you want to have kids, whatever it is. Do you put yourself out there? Are you in shape? Do you have something, I'm not saying something major, because not all of us are ambitious to, start a company or whatever. But do you have something great or something fun going on in your life? Are you happy with your life? Are you happy with yourself? Right? Because as long as you are not happy with what you have or the person you are, you shouldn't be putting focus on someone else to kind of contribute to your happiness, right? Why would you put someone into a life that you don't even want to be in? It might be something else, like maybe you have some traumas you're walking around with. Did you consider going to therapy? Are you doing therapy? Are you becoming a better version of yourself before you decide to focus your energy on someone else or bring someone else into your life? Now, by the way, I'm not saying that you should be like perfectly in shape or have everything perfectly figured out before you are deserving or worthy of someone loving you. But again, if you are not satisfied with where you are as a person, for example, you need to use all that energy you're putting out there, finding someone. You need to use that energy to focus on you. But once you start doing these things and you get more content with yourself, with who you are, with your life, or where you want to be, the right people will magically start showing up in your life. So yeah, that was a little bit of my perspective about being behind in life. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'm not saying to be lazy either, Don't just go with the flow like you're like some dead fish or something, because you are not. And you always have the power to make changes in your life. And I heard this quote once, and it was someone saying something like, you are always one decision away of a totally different life. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself, and do your best to become a better version of you. Don't compare yourself with other people. It's only going to make you feel like shit, and you don't want that. You want to be positive about yourself and where you are, where you're going. And know that your current situation does not have to be your final destination. Alright, y'all, I hope you found value in today's video. If so, like, share, comment below, and tell me if you've ever experienced the feeling of being behind in life and what you're doing to make yourself feel good about where you are. And if you have any questions or maybe video suggestions, topics, leave them also down in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.